Red River was once again madness. However, it was not a shootout. The Red River slug out. What did we learn about Texas? And do we think less of Oklahoma after that showing? John Mateer guts it out. Hat tip Dr. Shin, getting the boy ready to play. But what do we take away from this game for both teams? We'll break it down right now if you're a college football sicko. And I know you are if you're watching this right now because you're up early on a Sunday morning, checking the YouTube feed, seeing what we have to say about Red River. You're a college football sicko. Welcome home. Make sure you're subscribed right here to the On The YouTube channel. Also, Instagram, Twitter, at JD PicKell. Get at me on there. Let me know your thoughts about this game. We'll start with Texas, though. This is who I think Texas needs to be. There are some people in life that are able to show up and interview well, and it's all about their resume and less about their actual interview skills. It's not about their personality. It's like, listen, I went to this school, had this GPA, I know this hard skill, therefore you're going to hire me. That's not Texas. Texas has got to have a little personality. Texas has to be able to do things that don't always show up on a resume. They got to be able to run the football, got to be able to win in the margins, return a punt for a touchdown. Now, OU fans are screaming at their screen right now and saying, Jetty, it was a block in the back and you know it. I hear you. It wasn't called. It is what it is. Ball up top. It's Red River. Crazy things happen. But this was kind of what we thought Texas needed to be before the season for Arch to be able to play the way he did yesterday. Now, Arch did not light it up. Hear me very clearly. Arch is not going to be the next great Manning because he played well enough to get a win in Red River. But I think you saw when Texas played that way on defense, they get 3 turnovers. When they stop the run the way they stop the run, and when they win in the margins, how they won in the margins, you allow Arch to play a little bit more free. Like the first half of this game, the first quarter of this game at least, I still was watching Arch like, man, he's double clutching a little bit, doesn't look sure of himself. He looks like he's trying to take the ACT out there, trying to have all the right answers and be very meticulous with how he's making decisions on the field. Like, you can't think and play football at the same time. And when we got into the second half, and it became evident that the Texas defense had the back of the Texas offense, it took the pressure off of Arch, and you saw him play a lot more free. I think certain players, especially at the quarterback position, play well with emotion. Arch is one of those players. His uncles weren't that way. A little bit more even keel, a little bit more aw shucks. But like Arch Manning, as much as OU fans are going to hate to hear this, is from the Baker Mayfield thought of how you play quarterback. He's got to be able to talk a little bit of trash, puff his chest out a little bit, do the wave to the crowd. Like, that's where Arch Manning plays his best football. Not when he's having to score on every single drive and not when he's having to see it all in real time, 100% clear. Like, Arch, I think, does well when the picture is a little bit dirty. He's playing off script, all those things. And so that's not me telling you that Arch has to have some chaos to play well, but what I am saying is when he can just kind of play loose and doesn't have to score every single drive and knows that defense has his back, knows that running game has his back, he's a much better football player. To put it simply, Texas, for the first time, it felt like, against a Power 4 opponent at least, played complementary football. So can you take this and duplicate that here? Can you take this formula and duplicate that against better opponents here down the line? Because that's what's going to require here. Did Texas take this moment and, as Kirk Herbstreit said at the end of that broadcast, grow up like a little like they grew up? Or is it just, hey, Red River's crazy, Arch played well enough? It's hard, though, if you're just a college football fan in general, if you don't have a dog in the fight, you're not an A&M fan, you're not an Oklahoma fan, to not feel happy for Arch after that kind of a performance. And again, he did not go ballistic. Hear me very clearly. But think about the battle between the ears my guy has had to have since even before the Ohio State game, really getting turned up during the Ohio State game. Everyone talking about what he hasn't been relative to expectations. He didn't ask for. He didn't invite upon himself. He's not out here at a press conference saying I'm going to be the next great Manning. He wasn't inviting all that, but his last name did. And so, with all that extra pressure on my guy's shoulders, when he doesn't live up to that, the noise got turned up. And we were part of that. Like, he did not play well. He would tell you he did not play well from week 1 really up until this spot yesterday. I know the same Houston State game you can talk about, but you hear what I'm saying. Did not play well. Did not live up to expectations. And so, for him to be able to stay in the fight, to again, not get overwhelmed, to go into a game like this and to play well enough to win, I think speaks volumes to the mental toughness of him. And I also think it speaks to the way that Steve Sarkisian was able to rally the troops around him. Like, you have to think there was some feeling internally of like, hey, we got to have our quarterbacks back. It's Red River. We're in a desperate mode right here with 2 losses. Boys, if now is the moment, now is the time, is I think how it would feel if you're internally at Texas. So for them answering that call to action, to have some substance around Arch, this was always who Texas needed to be in the context of this season. So here's the big question if you're a Longhorn fan. What do you do with this going forward? Is this a fun memory where you take that picture post-game with the golden cowboy hat on and we tell our kids about this here in several years and it's just like, man, what a memory for us. That was so cool. We beat Oklahoma. Hey, Dad, how'd you guys finish that year? 7-5. Or is it, no, you took that game, and it is the belief that we've been talking about Texas needed to somehow establish internally or create for themselves, and now you view the game against Georgia differently. You view the game against A&M differently. Can you take a moment like this and channel it into belief that turns into results here going forward for Texas? Because we saw right there what they're capable of. I don't think less of Oklahoma here. We'll get to them in a second. I don't think a whole lot less of Oklahoma. Definitely don't think less of Oklahoma defensively after yesterday's spot. But if you're Texas, that's the task for you going forward. Now for Oklahoma, it's the Sunday after a college football Saturday. The temptation for a lot of people with a microphone or with a keyboard or with Twitter, the temptation is to go out there and be overreactionary. Oklahoma got exposed. Mateer isn't who we thought he was. I don't know, man. Like, it's Red River. I don't know if I buy that. Weird things happen in Red River. It's a rivalry game. So you kind of throw the records out the window is our rule across the college football public. Let's make sure we keep that in mind as we react to this game today. It's very easy to blame John Mateer. 3 picks, uncharacteristic decision-making. I don't think he would ever actually tell you something was wrong with him with his control of the football. Looked good at times, looked sporadic at times. Kind of the way the whole thing broke for me. I would be very surprised if we saw John Mateer have that kind of decision-making here going forward after this game. Just my own opinion on this. I think it is more likely that the problem lies outside of John Mateer for Oklahoma. And what we said going into the game, even if John Mateer plays, the mission is still the mission for you, Oklahoma, offensively. Find a way to run the football at the running back position. Look down, 1.6 yards to carry for Oklahoma. That's not good enough. And what we said after the Michigan game was, hey, awesome win. That's great. Belief, swag, all those things, emotion now for Oklahoma trending the right direction. However, if you don't find a way to run the football with someone not named John Mateer, you're going to get beat by someone that you feel like in your locker room you should be. Now, I'm not saying that's Texas, but I think John Mateer came back to win this game pretty straightforward there. So the problems are the problems there for Oklahoma. I know it's going to be painted and masked as, well, John Mateer, the 3 turnovers. It didn't help. Definitely didn't help, but it would have helped to have a run game behind him. Would have helped to have some more open throws downfield if you could command more attention in the box against Texas. And that's a good Texas defense, but I think that point stands. The problems for Oklahoma lie in that running back room, lie in them being able to run the football with someone not named John Mateer. Because if they don't find a way to do that here going forward, this will not be the last time they lose. Straight up. Now, going back to the Red River part of this, and the Red River part of this is kind of the unquantifiable college football madness and magic of it all. Texas lost this game a couple of years ago and made the college football playoff. Crazy things happen in this game. Crazy results happen in this game that don't all the way reflect how your team is going to finish the season. And so if you're Oklahoma, the challenge is, can you take a loss like this that probably hits like a gut punch? If you're Mateer, if you're Venables, you're anyone in that locker room, can you take this? And the same thing that we said for Texas is the same thing that's true for Oklahoma. Can you channel a loss like this and turn it into the reason why you're successful here going forward? Because for the better part of the last few weeks, we're talking about how great Mateer is, how great the Oklahoma offense is. Hey, could Oklahoma be a sneaky college football playoff team? All that is still on the table for Oklahoma. It's all still in front of you. But you have to use this spot, use this loss to create urgency within your football team to bring about change that you need to have to go forward and win college football games and get to where you want to go. So it's Red River. I would be careful to overreact to this across the college football public, both negatively and positively. But a big win for Texas. They had to have it, desperate, on the ropes kind of stuff. Oklahoma had Mateer and did not win, which was my pick in this game, and that's how it went. But the problems are the problems for Oklahoma, even with Mateer turning it over. Oklahoma fans, Texas fans, make sure you're subscribed. Let me know your thoughts on this game. Cato on the 1s and 2s, myself at JD PicKell. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. We will keep this party rolling as always. We will see y'all next time.